Hello and welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to play around a little bit. My cousin from Arizona brought me a slab of red glass. Got swirls of different tones of red and a little bit of lighter color in it. I'm just going to play with it. I don't know that I'm going to make anything out of it, but I just want to play with it. And then I got a chunk of fairly clear quartz also. I'm going to play with it, and then a weird jasper. I forgot to get my water bottle again. That's the story of my life. I've got a sink with no water in it, and whenever I get done with these, then I go over there and rinse my hands off in the sink so I don't get water all over the place, and leave the bottle over there, and then forget to bring it back over here for the next time I go to work on rocks. But it's not a real vibrant colors to it, but I don't know what it's going to look like when it's polished. That's a little bit of an idea. That's more of a brick red than a bright red, so I don't know how it's going to look, but I figured I'd look and see what it polishes like. It was a fractured piece. I just broke a bunch of pieces off of it. What did I do with the rest of it? Oh, I set the rest of it over on the saw where I'm going to go ahead and cut through the other fracture. There's another fracture it's a fairly long, skinny piece of jasper, and it's got a crack running across it. I'm just going to cut through that crack because I can't get it to break on its own. And I know it's not going to stay there very long because I broke this off with my hand. That's how bad it was fractured. So we'll see what we get out of it and see what they look like and go from there. I'm not going to get real fancy with them, just kind of round off the edges, maybe dome the faces a little bit. I've never worked with glass on here. I'm going to start on the 220 with it and the quartz because I've got a fairly substantial chip on this corner that might pop off on me. The rest of it seems to be pretty well sealed up. Some of it's not as clear as other parts. I just want to see what it looks like. I don't know that I want to make anything with it. But I think I'll start on the jasper, or on the glass. Go from there. Let me zoom in on the first three wheels. And we'll get started. Weird. Even a kind of a grayish white colored, putting out a grayish white colored rock dust when I grind it. I figured it'd be red. That's what I get for thinking. It may be some kind of fake, or man-made, I shouldn't say fake. Maybe some kind of man-made crystal. That was weird the way that was dragging through that. Felt like there was something on it. Maybe it's cleaning the dust off my... Maybe it's cleaning the dust off my wheel. Maybe that's why it's showing gray, because they're all showing dust on them, as you can tell by these dry ones. This don't work out where it looks very good. I may just use this to clean off my wheels. I think that's exactly what I just did. This piece here is just a little bit long, and I don't like that much of a point. I'm going to trim that down some. Making it a little bit awkward for these thin wheels, thinner width-wise. Since I can't run it like this without getting it on these edges, which I already kind of did on the back end of this, but that was just an accident, wasn't something I had to do. But that was kind of a concave curve there, so I wanted to grind this side down some more. Maybe make it curve the other direction. Get it convex instead of concave, like the other side. I don't want to just grind it down where it's all smooth and polish it. I want to make a shape out of it that's pleasing if it does turn out. I know they tumble glass, so I can't see any reason why you couldn't run it on a cab machine. Why am I turning it up and then trying to get it, see if it stopped splashing yet? So light. Kind of hard to do any fast flipping with it. I think I'm just about ready to let my water get down too low. Of course, it's putting off a lot more dust than it normally would too, with just a regular rock, because it's cutting quicker. I've already taken part of the weight off of this rock. Should have filled up my jug before I brought it over. I just didn't know better. These are high output sprayers with a wide mouth bottle. I like them better because if I take it out with me when I'm hunting rocks, I can dunk it down in a stream to fill it up, and it'll fill up faster. Okay, I'm ready for my. I've got a few little imperfections, points and flat spots that I can fix, but I can do that on the next wheel. That's the shape I'm going to take. I don't know that it lets light through, but you can't see the colors when the light's coming through, but it is kind of neat. So we'll start getting our scratches out. Yeah, wipe it off with the other finger, the one that you haven't dried yet. Big dummy. That's better. Still got some of those gouge marks though. I better get that out of there. On the other face. Wrapping around it a little bit more with extra pressure. Dry. Okay, that's got those out. Ooh. Looks like I'm going to have little where the fortification lines ish are in this color pattern in here. There's in the darker part up here. There's a little bit of color change also, but you can see where those lines are at on the face, like you would on an agate, seeing fortification lines on an agate. I'm ready to go to the next wheel. Drain didn't look like it was draining, like I didn't get enough of the dust out of the first part of the drain hose past the end of the back wall. See a little of the clear red here. There's where the color starts. Oh, cool. Maybe you'll be able to see into some of this a little better too once I get it polished. I never did move that camera, did I? I'm an idiot. You couldn't see a thing I was doing on here. Sorry. Dull spot on my corner. There, first I thought it was a fracture. This one still got sideways scratches. I thought it had one ways. think that's because I tried to get the long ways out before I looked at it again by running it sideways, and then started working on this other face. Still got some work to do on this edge. Actually, I might as well just do them all. I didn't use enough pressure last time. Probably did on this tip. Got a fracture or a chip, and I think it's been there. Well, that's why. I have to change my glasses. No wonder I couldn't see it before. I was thinking it was just me. Just a little chip. Let's take it out over here. This is the side where the fracture was at, and I just didn't get that chip out of it completely because I was wearing the wrong glasses. Almost. Man, it's tough. In there further than I thought. I got it. Well, let me fix it again. I'm working on this point some more. Because I messed up the tip of it with that other. Luckily I didn't come around on the face any. I didn't come too far down that edge either. Probably straighten up pretty quick. Might even be ready now. But I'm just, well, I still got to work on that other face. Hopefully I didn't mess up the face that I already had done. wouldn't surprise me. Okay, now I can't tell which side it was on, but that's a good thing. I just need to work a little bit more to get it shining a little better on both sides, both edges, and straighten out my flat spots on this tip that I put on it. And with both of these long edges just because. They were both a little duller than the face that I had finished. Still have finished. Good. Got a little bit of buffing marks on there, and it looks like there's still a little bit of a sort of different type of fracture. Lengthwise. And it looks like maybe I don't know what they used to make that other color. It may be part of a tube of it that didn't mix in with the rest. I don't know what that is. Don't know enough about glass. I just figured it would be a separate color, different colored glass. I got it out though. Okay, I think now I can get back to the face that I hadn't finished yet. No, not quite. Still had some flat spots on that point. On the good side, had some buffing marks on there, or no, this is the bad side. I had some buffing marks on there too, but okay, there we go. If I can't cut some of those sides down, make that face a little rounder. This face is just, actually this face is even flatter than the other face was. Just a few little sideways scratches left that I could probably get out on the next wheel, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna get them out on this wheel. Just because I don't want to have to come back to this wheel in case I can't get them out with the other wheel. Ah! Just gouged it, did I? Well, I scuffed it up pretty good. So I don't think I gouged it. Let's do it again. That tip's just hard to hold on to. I'd have been smart. I did gouge it a little bit. If I'd have been smart, I'd have done this on the dang flat lap, but that would have been even harder to keep a hold of it. I'd have had to done it one side at a time and dopped it up. I don't like dopping on a flat lap because it's hard to keep them straight up and down for me with my depth perception being just a little bit off. Hard to tell if it's flat on the disc unless you're standing over it, and I just can't stand and bend over like that. Hurts my back. Ta-da! Ready for the next wheel. Got no more side scratches, sideways scratches. And the rest of it will buff up good now. With this 1200 and the 3000 still to go, and I may even take it to the aluminum oxide too at the end. It depends on what it looks like. If it looks good enough, I'll leave it like it is, but almost lost my little stone. It's so hard to keep a hold of. Scared me. Thought that fracture would come back. be a flaw in the stone, but just in case, I did have a few little sideways scratch marks on there. I also had what looked like a bug, a little bit of a long bug, like a inclusion type bug, tube type bug, but I don't think that's what it was. It may have just been an errant scratch, sideways scratch from a bigger piece of crystal than it's used to having. Let's see if we can get it off with the 3000. I've got it down where I've still got a little bit of cloudy in the center on both sides, and this will tell me if I've got any bigger any scratches in those dull spots. And I can probably work it all off on this anyway. I was going to look at that before I stuck it back on there, but I didn't. It doesn't matter. I know I needed to stick it back on here, but I guess I'll just work both faces again and see what happens. Just to stop scratching it, idiot. Now that cloud is still there. Looks like it's in the rock though, or in the rock. This ain't rock. Well, it is rock. Man-made rock, but it's rock. Thought I had some scratches on that edge, but a dent. It was a fingerprint. Oh, I like that tip. Clear that glass is. Okay, I didn't look at this side yet, but still got that little, I think that does have something to do with these different colors, because right where that swirl line's at, that lighter white swirl line that comes down and that, it's is where that fracture's at. That's what made me think it's more of an inclusion than a fracture. Okay, that got it. About time. I gotta get my scuff marks from the other two wheels out. Not scratches, it just looks like a roughing marks, scuff marks. I didn't hit the center of that stone with either one of those other two pads, but left scuff mark, or left it dull in the center of that face again. And that's going to be probably the face that's going to be the face. Got some sideways scratches on there too. I went ahead and using the outside of this wheel just to, because they may be just a little bit more abrasive than the center. And that scuff mark's just not wanting to come out. It's just a cloudy mark is what it is. See it, you should be able to. But I've still got a few little sideways scratches in that too. Just right below that scuff. That scuff kind of almost goes the same direction as the color pattern in it. I'm wondering if maybe it's not a cloudier glass like the rest of that color spot. As you can see, it's not letting the light through like this, so this is more cloudy. And I got my scratch marks up. Check and make sure. I'm pretty much sure it's ready for the aluminum oxide now. We'll put it on there, and then I'm going to get my fingers all dry so I can check and make sure I don't have any scratch marks on it. Where'd that water come from? Right there. Thought I set it down on a dry table. That's what I get for thinking. Lint. Just don't see fingerprints. Okay. Shut that off. Okay, here we go. I just wet it down, so it's going to sling some water here for a second. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's really hard to keep a hold of. It's a lot thinner than them other stones I was working on. Revealed some flaws that was in there. Well, I guess they're still. I guess they're not scratchy flaws, so I'm good. I think. I know you can see them in there, in that face. It's like little spots and lines. I think because they're on the back side too, they're just not as prominent. That it's part of the coloring. Something to do with the layering in the glass, because most of these are up here where the color's at on this face. Up in here, there's a few down in here, but not as many, and then all of these are kind of going down through the center too. They may be a little bit of scratches, but this isn't going to be worth a whole lot of money anyway. It's going to be cheap jewelry because it's just glass. So, a couple of bucks. It's worth a couple of bucks. Well, thanks for watching. I thought thought I had that all the way zoomed in on the pad. I could have just unzoomed it. That's what I was thinking I was going to be able to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll start working on these other ones, but I'll put it out in another video. I'm going to do the quartz next. I didn't turn all my water off. I'm going to have to refill it. Sorry, I got distracted. It's not hard when you get 64 years old. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Good, bad, ugly, I don't care. It's a comment. I don't get out much, so I don't talk to too many people. But thanks for watching, and take care, and have a good day.